Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Karen Newman. This is the Saturday Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It is Saturday, the 9th of January, 2021. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to Jim and to Angie and to Dawn and to Ian and to Yana and to Kathy and to Michelle and to Rivka. Hello, everyone, and welcome. And I'm going to turn myself off. There we go. And to Aglaya. And who else do we have in the room? We have Lily Pad. We have J-Lo. We have Sultan. We have Salesh. We have Barbara. Who else do we have? Ashir, Christine, all these wonderful people that I know. So happy New Year to everyone. And we have Suzanne who just came in. So we have some announcements before we get started. So why don't we start with those? Go ahead, Angie.
Good morning, everybody. Jim has scheduled the next class for Hucolo. It is White Magic Level 1. It's scheduled for Saturday and Sunday, January 30th and 31st. If you would like information about that, you can email classes@hucolo.org. There's also the information about the class and what it is entailing on the website. The cost for the class is $150. It is, again, Saturday and Sunday, January 30th and 31st. From 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Classes@hucolo.org for information to register and to sign up for the class. Jim and I were just talking a little bit before this, and they said that they've got a lot of new information to come out, and they've been talking to him about what they're going to bringing in the class, and they're bringing out some new things. Jim, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, they didn't tell me all the new things they're going to be bringing about, but they did say there will be, as time goes on, their understanding of how third dimensional magic is going to work here is growing. So just as any form of science or understanding grows, so does the information when it comes around the white magic and the different things that will be involved with it.
It's just like when they were bringing galactic energy healing to us and to the earth, and the original class is not anything like the last class that we had, because it has grown so much. So that is very true.
Also, there are some, I know that Mark Zinzo is working on getting a booklet out, and he's gathering information about the white magic, and he's gathering it from different beings and from talking to Cord Kellen during his sessions, things of that nature. So he's going to try to get a book out with some of the things that are necessary for the magic, both 1 and 2 classes.
Okay, perfect. Great. I see Stephanie's trying to come in. She must be dropping because she keeps coming in and going out, coming in. Okay, so we'll start with some blessings. We'll start with Kathy, and then we'll go to Rivka, and then we'll go to Michelle. And did Yana, you wanted to do a blessing too? Did you hold your hand up? You're muted. That's a yes?
That's a yes, yes.
Okay, all right, so we'll just go. Kathy will do her thing. Jim will interpret. Rivka will do hers. Jim, Michelle. So just go one right after each other. Yana, you'll go last or fourth. And Barbara, did you want to do a blessing too? Because sometimes you do. Yes. Or do you want to do it at the end? You want to do it too? Okay. So Barbara, you go after Yana. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, everyone.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Taru shotuko asani taru anashiado satoro dosha sharadio amano doja faroshotave maloshua udiaru matoviano paroshota devi baho oshuano eshe ukoro tokosha male maro farinoja mata tanashiado taroshawa isoroso doshanase otamate maro toroshotane sipata rosh sipariosha inioshinara matoria situ etaniajo.
So many signs and symbols in your airs and in your skies. So many things that are happening and energies that are arising and falling. So many things around you that are changing. Be accustomed to these changes and be accustomed to even more changes as God has his way in your realm. It is time for some of you to rise up in a way that you may not understand or even know. They will see you, but you may not see them.
Yes.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Good afternoon and good morning to everybody. Ushahalamaya kuashumuatala. Anjala kuwe. Ishistilimia kuachata. Umokolo heye kajua. Ashumala haya chia. Ohola kayinde ochunda pulaya. Ashua kalaya chiete, unja hua kalaya choa, anja haye holoa cho, tokoa, hashamaya tukoa.
Take heart. God is paying attention. He is watching all of you, and he is wanting to guide all of you. He knows that it is a difficult time and that the pathways may be hard to see at some points, but he will guide if you are immersed in him. He will show you the way if you know that he is God. He will show you through all the religions of the world, for he is the leader of all of them, and he is the one who speaks through us all.
All right. Thank you. Yana. Or excuse me, Michelle first. Michelle first, sorry.
Oshima kiwatia tayokwa, ionyoaka, ihoatiaka, ihonyakata, iowaka iowata, ihonya, ihayataka. Namaste.
That every eye see what is to happen and know the grace and love of God. For he is with you. He brings forth healing. He brings forth miracles, love and understanding beyond what you can possibly understand in this day and age.
Thank you. Okay, Yana.
Happy New Year, everybody. Friantiantigeata, nanieta, ortuati, geneata, ainego aiteata, ortuata, neatua, ineke iti ia aga ie, haineke ha, tatakaite te yokartua. Ha, tane teeko, ha, taneke eutotana, airte te ha, me te kaiata tua kata, herte, ante katataine.
Greet each other with the love from your hearts. Do not let your mind come in between, for it will have judgment and it will have understandings that are not pure. But let the heart and the love of God shine through to each and every one and be your example. Be that which is the truth and the faith and the compassion.
Thank you. Barbara.
Shataka shiniaka shoaki, taka shipiakana, kiakato kwatiapaga, kitamaka shiako, kipata kisiniakika, katokoashi, kipiata kiata, kuaimatiatoku, iapata.
We are the watchers. We are not who you think we are. We are better than that. We are from God, and we will help you to arrange the times and the actions of the planet in the way that God can manage to bring you through to an enlightened period and an enlightened state. Much love to you as we do guidance with him and light for you. several other words there I didn't get.
Excuse me. Thank you. All right. So we have a lot of requests. I'm just going to read them again. If I miss anything, please let me know. Elijah, Saint Germain, Dr. David Hawkins, Ariel, the dragons, specifically including the golden dragons from the Arcturians. Sheer wants the Dream Lords. Aglaya wants Lord Arcturus. And let's see, the mantis beings from JLo, and Dawn has requested Grendel. And I think that's it. Yeah.
Ariel.
Oh,
Ariel.
I said Ariel.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
okay. Hold on, and I will bring the first one through. Many blessings to all of you, and have a good session today. Much love to you.
Much love to you. We'll see you when you get back. You have water, everything?
Yes.
Great. Okay.
I am Elijah. Today I am here to speak to you about how to love God. There seems to be much confusion about how to get in contact with God. There seems to be much confusion about who God really is with some of you. I see many of you looking to other men as guidance. I see you looking to other channelers and other dreamers for guidance. But God is the one that has the answers. Remember this: if you immerse yourself in prayer, in God's love, in his guidance, in his words, at least that you know are true, then you will be guided by him. The light will be with you and the path will be open. Remember this: God does not speak like a human to mankind always. Sometimes he whispers in the darkness. Sometimes he whispers in the light. And sometimes he says things that you may not comprehend. But if you immerse yourself in him and find your way to the light that is God, he will shine a light on your path. He will be with you as you move forward. He will open the doors for you. He will bring opportunity to you. You will not have to search it out, for God is ever present, and he is there for you to find your way. Many of you have lost your way, not all that are here, but some of you have put your faith in mankind or on those that do not deserve it. Now, when you talk to God, you may believe that some of these beings that are human or may not be human are guides and lights in the world. But how can you be sure if you are not engulfed in God's ever loving guidance? If you feel anything but love from these people, feel anything but wisdom and understanding and compassion from these people, then listen carefully, for they may not be bringing you into the truth. I want all of you to rise up into the truth and into the way of God that is meant for you. And the only way to do that is to know the truth, and God is the truth. Now you say, I don't hear his voice. I don't hear what he has to say. I don't understand how to listen to God. You pray, you honor his love, his spirit, and his guidance, and he will lead you forward. He does not have to speak and say words to you to let you know that he is talking, because he is the love within you. He is the guidance that you are experiencing. Many of you are in love with what you do because God has opened you to it. You are showing others compassion, love, joy, and teaching them how to move forward in a beautiful way. And is this not God? You are not opening up a book and saying, this is what God is telling me to tell you, necessarily. Some may do that at the leading of God, but others of you are following his love, compassion, and truth in ways that can be seen on your face, and heard in your voice, felt by your love and compassion. You are being moved forward by God, are you not? This is God's guidance. This is the way God works. He comes to you and moves through you and opens you up to a joy that you have not felt before, an understanding that cannot be understood until you feel him in your life working. Some of you have this. Some of you are helping others, healing others, knowing your way in God by the works that you are doing. He is rising you up. What you are doing is not of your own making, but of God's love and guidance through you to others, showing them the beauty that he has for his people through you. He is working. And I need a drink. But is he not the one that is guiding you? For those of you that are not feeling this, for those of you who are not being guided, you must look for God inside, in your prayers, in your meditation, in your guidance, for you must cover yourself with him. He is not going to come to you if you do not seek him, for you have free will. Now, you may give that will over to God. You may give that will over to God so that he may use you in a higher way on this realm. And I see that some of you have. But some of you want to do your own will.
God, I give you my free will to guide me and to show me my path along the way.
Thank you, Barbara. Can you mute your mic, hon?
Oh, I thought it was. I'm sorry.
Be with us now, O God. I'm going to now say a prayer, because with that, God is saying it is time to pray. Lift us up, O Lord, into the truth, into the light, into the love, the purity, and the guidance that is of God. There is no other way to deal with your mission if you want it to be higher. If you want it to be loving and truthful, you must give it over to God and let man have his way. For you are not going to change the mind of mankind by speaking and babbling the words of another man or another being. But only the words of God can change truly the love that is inside another person. It will not bring contempt. It will not bring rioting or disillusion. It will bring light. It will bring love. It will bring compassion. It will not have you rise up and fight for other men or other causes, but for God's cause alone. That is the only thing to rise up for. But he will not have you fight for him. Too many wars have been fought in his name already, that he is ashamed of man for starting. For they are not of God, those wars. They were of greed and selfishness and wanting. They were not of love of God. You can see that. Immerse yourself in him if you want to be led by him. And some of you are. I see your joy. I see your example. I see your love and obedience to him, which is not easy. But thank you, God, for these people. Thank you, God, for lifting them up, and continue to do so. Continue to bring them into your light and love and guidance and opportunity. In your name we pray, with the help of the Holy Spirit, with the help of all the gods and all the beliefs that are there. You are part of all of these. Work through those truths that they all speak, for they are all you. Amen.
Amen.
Give us a moment.
Okay.
Yes. Your realm is hard to get to from here. Sometimes.
Welcome, and who are we speaking with?
We are not usually ones that will present ourselves to humans, but we are dreamers. the dream councils, those that take charge of inserting information into the dreams of those from the watchers.
Perfect. Well, Sheer, a member of us, has requested you. So if you are open, I would let Sheer talk with you, please.
Sheer.
Go ahead, Sheer.
Greetings. Thank you for honoring me with your presence. I've called you here because several years ago I had a dream within a dream, and within that dream I've saw 3 golden dragons, and later on it was told to me that those golden dragons were 3 dream lords. And since then I knew that there are some entities that are dealing with dreams. So I was very intrigued to speak with you, and maybe also you can tell me why they have appeared in my dream back then, and also if you can maybe help us enhancing our astral travel dream state. I'm dealing with a dream and how to enhance my capability of being in a dream and producing dreaming, so I would really like to have your take on that as well.
First of all, we appear in many forms to many different people for many different reasons, because some people have ideas about what their dreams mean. And we know each and every one of you in some way, and know that we represent ourselves to you in different ways. The golden dragons that we presented ourselves with or as to you with this appearance were to show you that there are 3 gates of power on your realm. You are understanding that the gold color is of a high nature, and these 3 gates are to be honored. They are guarded by the dragons that you saw. They are guarded in part by God as well. These portholes back then were not open. These places are now going to be open soon. And the reason you have called on us is because that time is at hand. And the 3 guardians of these portholes will open them soon. That is not to say that they will unleash something positive, but they will unleash what is necessary to wake up the part of mankind that has fallen behind, if they are so willing to see the truth behind what this is. Now, the rest of your question is somewhat irrelevant, but we do take charge of your astral travels. We do take charge of many of the things in your dream states, because in your dream states, you have greater power and greater authority than you do have in your physical states, at least at this point. And so therefore, yes, we will be guiding you through some of your dream states, some of your dream cultures, and some of your astral travels. These are important in many senses to many of you, but you do not even know what you do even in these dream states and cultures. You do much more than what you are told. The information is limited, and you cannot bring it back to this realm because it would shatter what you think of this realm. It would shatter what you think of who you are. for you are much more powerful than you seem. And so therefore, we are here to tell you that those gates of information through into the dream realms, into the astral travels, and into the astral worlds will also be opened up in time. The three dragons will open first their energies to the world, for they are on the world already. They are part of your realm, and some of these gates are opening now. Once these gates are opened and you see the energies that come from these realms from these dragons, you will awaken in a different way than you are awakened now. Some of you see the truth and are honored by it and will be honored completely by the openings of these realms and these energies and these gates, which have different kinds of releases that are there. I know this sounds rather cryptic, but to those who have ears, let them hear what I'm saying. You will hear it more than once from those around you. They will speak of different gates that will be open, or sometimes maybe call them different things, but yet you will experience these things in truth. The power that is coming to this to lay low your lands will be stopped by these dragons eventually, but not at first. Their first task is just to open the gates, not to close them again yet. Your astral travels, I go back and forth because that's the way it will happen. Your astral travels will become greater, become more understood, will be brought back into this realm eventually and slowly. It will not be revealed to you like the opening of these doors will be revealed to you, but your astral travels and information that is beyond your astral travels will come back to you little by little, and eventually those of you that are true to yourselves and to God and to the things of God will see greater images from these realms than those of you who are not even trying, but just want the gifts. If you just want the gifts for power, for your own self-servient ways, they will be slow to reveal themselves to you. If you want these gifts and want this information for greater understanding of God and His presence and His dealings with your earth, then they may be sooner coming than later. It is up to you how these things will be revealed. It is up to you how this will be laid upon you in this realm. You cannot possibly understand fully what I am saying because I cannot speak to you from your own understanding yet, because your minds are not open to truth completely. Opening your minds to complete truth will give you the understandings of my words as a trumpet can be heard clearly in the orchestra. I am here, though, to open the first of these gates. I am here to unleash the first of this power.
Thank you very much. And would you mind if I will ask you several more questions? Like, can you tell me about yourself? You know, you said we. Are you speaking as a collective?
We work like the Watchers. We have our own compartmentalized thought process about what needs to be given to the earth at what time. But the Watchers tell us when that time is.
Could you tell me who's the Watchers? Maybe I know them by a different name.
Watchers can be creator beings.
I see. And also, can you tell me in what form or what density you are currently at?
We are in all densities because all densities have the need for dreams, and all densities have the need for watchers, because all densities are being guided by God. He has put people in charge of all realms, and the information that is to be given to them has been given by God in time capsules and told when to be released to them.
I see. And I know that for a very long time, me included, there are people who are asking for their astral memory or to have a greater understanding and greater exposure to astral travel. Is that something that is in your domain, something that you're in charge of? I know that God is in charge of it, but there's a lot of different parties that are involved, like the Galactic Council and Universal Council. So you are also giving your own expertise when it's come to a certain individual or a planet, when it's come to their awakening to astral travels and dream states?
This is true. Angels are part of us in some ways. Watchers are part of us in some ways. We are part of all that is. In God's eyes, we are part of all that is in your realm as well as all realms, in all dimensions and all understandings. So therefore, yes, we will all be a part of what is.
I see.
And we will all be part of what you are in some ways, as you give yourself over fully to the understanding of who God is. You will be given more wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Also, you will be given more gifts than you can imagine. But these gifts will only be given to you when you need them or if you need them.
I see. And when you said that in your collective, first of all, you speak as one, you have creator beings and you have angels within your ranks. It's the same with the L collectives, because the 7 L collectives are basically have those, should I say, standard or build that those
They
three
have
things
their
you
own
mentioned.
cause. They have their own reason for existing. Theirs is not to give information as much as to bring healing and understanding to their own causes and to bring their gifts to the world, because God wants them to act separately from us so that you may deal with them in a different way, a more personal way with them. We are more vast. We are more encompassing. They are more specific in their roles.
Yes, I see. And if I would like to speak with you again, if you could maybe teach me how to remember my dreams or be conscious within my dreams, astral travel, will that be possible?
Yes. Once you understand how the brain works with dreams and understandings, astral travels, and these things a little bit more, you will be privy to more information, more travel, and more understanding. Remember, the brain is not that hard to decipher when it comes to these things, but you must understand that it has its limitations for the moment and will be open to greater things very shortly.
Thank you. And when I call upon you, which name or what should I ask for?
The name of the ages changes always because there are different interpretations of who we are. Call us the Dream Lords.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, Michelle, you had a question, but is it for the Dream Lords or do you want to wait? Michelle?
We are not here to
Thanks, Karen. No,
answer.
I'll wait. Yeah. Okay.
We will come again to answer more questions. But for
Okay.
now, our time is done.
All right.
We have spoken what is need to be heard. We have said what cannot be understood, but yet will be understood. And so therefore we will pass through and let someone else come in.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
It
Much
is
love
our
to you.
pleasure, and it is our will of God that we speak at this moment. He has desired that we come here today, and it is only by his permission that we speak.
Thank you.
Yeah. One moment.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody called me. I heard.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's many that like to talk to you, but Dawn is the one that called you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on a second.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I'm here.
All right, great. Dawn, did you have a question for Grendel? And then we'll go back to the top of the list again.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I just wanted to find, we haven't heard from you for a while. I just wanted to find out how things are going.
Things are going well. Some of the people in this room have heard from me recently in another meeting, but I came because, wow, that guy that came before, he was from a really, really high place. So I'm a friend from lower places. Maybe you can relate to me a little better. But I wanted to tell everyone that there's a lot of changes happening, and they know that. And but I wanted to come and answer some questions. I know that I'm here to be sort of a sounding board, and I'm here to answer some questions that may be coming up with your day-to-day lives and with things that are happening around you. So I'm here more in that capacity. All right. So, did you have a question, Dawn?
Yes, I do have one question from the YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Joseph Bannigan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, how much more energy would I get from quitting my small amount of caffeine? Can you scan my body, he says.
Each and every person is different with that. So yes, he's right for me to have him scanned, but I don't think there would be much of a change of energy with you, Joe, cutting out that little bit of caffeine, because you're not really taking in very much at all. So it's not very detriment to anything that's going on with you. So if you enjoy that little bit of caffeine, then go for it. It's not going to change your energy levels. It's not going to change your mental capacities. It's not going to change much at all. It's just one of those human little delights that you can can enjoy because you're not overdoing it. You're being very moderate, and I say you don't have to cut it out. You can go ahead and enjoy that.
Okay, thank you. That was
Yeah.
pretty much all I had to ask at the time. So
Yeah, go for it. Any of you out there that are enjoying caffeine, you know by how you feel after you drink your coffee, if it's good for you or not. If you're getting stomach aches, if you're getting shakes, if you're feeling anxiety or whatever, then I would cut down your coffee intake. But for the most part, it's most of you are doing just a very little bit of coffee. You're not going crazy over it. So it's okay.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
But if you're
Okay.
feeling nauseous or something, then you should cut
Well,
down.
I'm bordering on my, I was always 2 cups and now I'm at 3. I think I need to cut back down to 2.
Yeah, 2 is like the average or the best dose of coffee is.
All right. Thank you. I actually had a physical reaction to that question.
If you
Okay.
Yes, if you're having physical reactions to it, then you need to examine it.
The reaction was like, no. Okay. All
Yes,
right.
I understand.
Michelle, did you want to ask a question of Grendel or do you want to wait? Michelle?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think she's stepped away.
I'll wait, Karen. Thank you.
Okay. Kat has a question. Kat, go ahead.
Yes. Hi, Grendel. How are you? It's
Greetings. Greetings.
How are you, my friend?
What?
How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. I appreciate you asking. And how are you
It's
doing?
Good to hear you. Good, good. I'm nicely surprised to see you here.
Thank you.
And I love you very much.
Thank you, and I love you too.
Thank you. I did a test for the virus, the COVID thing, and I think so. They shoved that thing in my nose, and it feels a bit, I don't know, either unhealed or that
Yes,
was
they
like a
can.
month ago.
They can damage the skin and the membranes inside the nose a little because they need a deep swab for doing that test. And don't worry, it will heal, but it's not a fun test. I understand that. So, but you'll be all right.
So it's just wounding. It's not it's not some sort of
Yeah, somebody asked me once if it's damaging the brain because they felt like it went all the way up to the brain. No, it's not. It's not that bad. It does damage the membranes in the nasal passages, which is not a fun thing to feel or go through. I'm sure some of the other ones that have done this test, I know Jim has done the test, and it was like, whoa. He felt the same thing as you did. He felt an uncomfortable sensation in the nasal cavities, but it only lasted a few days, and it's done.
Yeah, I think it could be a good method for torturing people.
Yeah. Don't let my people hear you say that.
Second, second question. I do some, my personal work, and I start to sleep less and less, and I feel a bit scared, because not sleeping.
What's causing that? You mean the lack of sleep?
Yeah, I don't sleep. I just stay in, I have a certain focus.
Is this work
and,
related?
No, no. It's
I
a
think that.
maybe
Go ahead.
it's maybe more awakening related, but it scares me.
I understand. Most people are going through some awakening right now. The sleeplessness will pass, but are you still exercising?
I do some light exercises every day.
I see. Because the two things that'll keep you healthy are exercise and sleep. So that's why I was asking. Good diet will also help, but though exercise and sleep will be something that will help you more than anything else. Because
Well,
even if your diet is not really good, the exercise will burn off the food and help you to sleep a little better if you're at least taking in at least some good food from your diet.
well,
I want you to know that this will pass.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I
I
see
know
what you're
that I can
going
go.
through and what belief systems you have. I understand that many people that are going through, there are many people going through the same thing you're going through. There are many energies that are arising on the earth right now that are not really good energies. Some have just passed that were very good energies, but there are other energies that are in the earth and that are part of the earth that are very quite entangling and very negative. So be careful with that. But if you're awakening, that's a beautiful thing. And
Well,
sometimes it can be frightening to awaken.
well, you said exercising, eating could could get you to a good sleep, but to like not sleeping. But I think also awakening. So that's
Yes,
something very.
that is a different kind of energy and a different kind of release of brain chemicals, if you will. That is,
Yeah,
that can keep you awake. Yes, and don't
exactly.
worry, this will pass. Once you have to get through it, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very scary. But I, for example, I haven't sleep. I pretty much nothing this night, but I don't feel tired, which is
Right.
good. At least it's good, but it's
Yes.
scary. It's like, my goodness. Okay,
Don't be frightened. Everything will come back into a semblance of order because your body knows what's going on. Your brain knows what's going on. There is an awakening happening on this planet, and it is an awakening to many different things and many different understandings. Make sure that it's you put yourself in a very godlike understanding of it so that it's not confusing, because right now there's many different things rising up, many different people saying many different things, but if God is not at the base of it, you're going to be very troubled. So, but if
Well,
you go, yes.
Before sleeping, I my first thing is to pray. I'm like not praying, but like paying attention to God,
Of
and
course, yes, yeah.
and I leave myself on His hands, and I
Yes,
ask God to get me into sleep. But I'm
well,
still.
yeah, your brain is still in control right now. So
Yeah.
that's all right. That's all right. It'll be all right. Don't worry. I'm seeing that that's okay for you right now. And there's other
Okay.
people in your place feeling similar things. So don't worry about it. It will come to pass that you will start to sleep and get your rest again. But there's something there that God wants to do in your brain.
Yeah, I kind of get that, but it's scary somehow. So anyway,
I know.
yeah.
Yes, I understand. Believe me, my friend, I have been through something like that on your planet when I was there.
Yeah.
I couldn't
So and
sleep.
how it?
I couldn't sleep for days. It was days, many days, but I didn't feel that tired. But I was coming to some realizations about
Exactly.
some very unique things that were happening with myself and with the people around me and with the situation that I was in. But you know what? Your Earth is a very different place now than it was when I was there. And so these realizations are even more difficult at times. But don't worry, Kat. Kat, I love you and I know what you're going through. I really do. I understand it. And don't be afraid. It'll work out.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
it's super freaky, but yeah, thank you. I think I so if you've been there, I'm not alone.
No, you're not alone, my friend. You are not alone. There are many going through that right now. This is a very unique and difficult time on your planet and in your energy fields and in your world. And it's not going to get easier with some people, but it is a realization that there are changes happening.
Thank you, man. I appreciate very much. I love you
You
very
are
much.
loved. Believe me, you are loved.
Okay. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You're welcome.
All right. Kathy has a question for you.
Greetings, Kathy. Good to
Hi, Grendel.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to speak with us today. My question originally was for Elijah, but I still want your perspective on this. We have a channeling practice group that Jim had taught us a group. Okay, so you've witnessed a little bit of what we've been doing?
Yes.
Okay. I want to get everybody into the right intention and right thought process about channeling to help it open up. So what is God's intention for mankind to be utilizing this skill so we can use it in the right way?
Right. All right. Listen carefully. And this is a wonderful question. And I'll tell you why. Because many of those out there that have started to channel a long time ago have lost their ways and have become more self-serving and serving the trying to serve the people, but not with God's leading, but with their own thought processes and their own understanding of what's happening in the world. Your question is important because with God, channeling is about bringing forth light, love, understanding, beauty, and a consciousness that is greater than what is already in the world. You understand that. And you have that because you are guided by spiritual thought processes and not the processes that are taking place in the world right now. So many channelers have been disproven just recently. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
Yep.
So many have said lies and things that have not come to pass. And they are like backpedaling and saying, what happened? What happened? I was told by these consoles and these light groups that this was the truth. And guess what? It's not. So you have to keep your eyes focused on God if you want to bring through something that's worthwhile and meaningful. Now, there's all those out there still that are bringing through very good information that was not part of the earth realm at one time, like different information about species, different information about how we can get together and work together and work in a loving group and be more focused in bringing forth first contact and different things of that nature. But when you have outside groups that are giving political advice to a world that is lost, then you have troubles, because it's not a good thing. So your attention must lie on positive goals, such as bringing people together, bringing God into their life, or bringing God into their understanding. And so you must understand that these groups out here want to make themselves known to the people. That's a wonderful thing. It's what I do. I make myself known to who you are, and I bring informations maybe about some politics, but it's not about who to follow. It's not about what is right for you politically. It is about what's happening in the world and the truth about what's happening in the world. Sometimes it's
So just
not
information, not taking sides.
Just information, correct.
Yeah.
And God is behind some of that. God is telling you what is necessary for you to move forward in a very positive and beautiful way. Correct? And it is
so
not
offering
about
clarity on a situation so you can make your own decision.
Absolutely. So these are the things that you will find in truthful channeling.
Yes.
I think you understood that.
I do understand it, but I know a lot of others don't completely understand the whole purpose of channeling. And I really picked up on the sentence or the statement that the dreamers made about if your intention isn't pure, your gifts don't open up as quickly. You have to have a pure intention for those gifts to be able to come forth faster.
Correct. And some channelers want to be channelers because they think it's a power. And it's some way to manipulate the people, or it's some way to get attention. But God does not rise up great channelers to be, look at me. It's not what's going to happen.
Right.
That they will fail. They will
Does
fall
it
away.
taint the information when they have too much pride and ego in their purpose or their intent? Does it taint the information that they're portraying, or is it just self-serving?
Well, let me put it this way. If you are a channeler and you're trying to get attention and you're not trying to necessarily put forth what the truth is to the world, you will fail ultimately. And you will be found out, and you will be tainted, because you will be saying, this is the truth, this is the truth, this is the truth, and the truth will come out and you will not be part of it.
Correct.
And then everyone will see, well, that was a lie. That wasn't true. How can I believe them if they are following a lie, or if they are following something that is not true?
Right.
So therefore, lift yourself up into the truth, and don't seek out to be popular. Don't seek out to be somebody of notoriety, but seek out to be someone that is giving the truth to the world, that is helping aliens to become part of your world, that are good aliens, that want to help, that want to actually bring peace to your world, but not dissension and not division and not things that are not true.
Got it. Is there our group is most of the people in the group are very new to this and are beginners. Is there anything that you could give a beginner to hold on to help them move forward with channeling?
Yes, I can. If they understand that God is behind channeling, But what are the prophets? They are channelers of God. They are whoever they are. Shiva. They are, I mean, Shiva is a god. He is an aspect of the truth of God. Ganesh, Allah, all the different people that are that come into this realm are channelers of the truth. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let them see that a channel is for truth, unless they are darkened and they are there to do the purpose of negativity. Let them know that God is behind all channels.
Beautiful. Thank you. I think that will help a lot of us.
Very well.
Good.
But you have
Much
to
love.
understand, there are people that get lost in their channeling. They get lost in the purpose that they originally started out to have.
Yes, that's what I think it is. I think it's a lost, you lose the intention of why you were doing it in the first place. And that's how the message gets distorted a little bit.
And I feel sad because, oh yes, they can repurpose and find the truth again. And I would welcome them to back into the light and welcome them back into their notoriety, even if that's just what they're about, if they are telling the truth.
Yeah. Yes.
But if they get lost, well, sometimes they can get lost to a place where they can't find their way back, and that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Is it also something where, and this is something I think we've spoken about before, at least I've spoken with Jim about it before, but the truth is simple.
Yes.
There's only so many truths. The truth is
Yes.
your divine, the truth is your eternal, and you're trying to find your connection to God. And that's what most
Yes.
channeling directs to. But when you have this idea of exclusive knowledge, hidden things that only, and predictions that have to build, and one prediction has to be bigger than the next one, and they build on a fervency, there's always this need then for the channeler or the person doing this to perform. And it is a performance then, because they're having to get something bigger and always bigger and always bigger. And we've seen a lot of that. Yeah.
Well, and they are still out there.
Yes.
And they are and they are misleading people to believe in sort of a godless, empty sky.
Yeah.
And that is not where you want to be leading people.
Right.
You want your people to be led in a very positive way, in a very loving and understanding and spiritual sort of realm, unless you're just out there to do informational kind of channeling, which is fine. That is a good thing to do if the information is good and pure. That is good. Amazing, in fact. But there are those that are leading people away from God, leading them into a dismissive thought processes. And you have to be aware of that.
Yes. Thank you. Very informative. Very informative.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Let me get back. I've lost my question list. One moment.
I'm sorry. I've been sort of I have been sort of busy talking.
No, it's good. Okay. We did Kathy, and then who came after Kathy? Angie. Go ahead, Angie.
Hi, Grendel. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
I know that this was a question for the Dream Lords, but maybe you could also shed some light on it.
Yes.
We all sleep. Okay, so those that don't sleep, I'm sorry. We all sleep every night. And there could be periods of time that we could go weeks without having a vivid dream. But yet one night, bam, you get a very vivid dream. What is the reason that, because I've spoken to several friends, they're like, I don't dream at all.
They do, but because in order to have a healthy sleep state, there is a REM sleep, which is a dream state. They just are not remembering that REM state of sleep. It's not being recalled. They are having that REM sleep, but they are not recalling it. And they're saying, oh, I don't dream. Every night I just go to bed and I wake up and I'm refreshed. In order to have a refreshing sleep, you have REM sleep, which is a dream state.
Okay, so what then causes you to remember that one versus just everybody dreams at night? What is the trigger for that?
Subconscious, or there is something in your conscious or subconscious that needs to speak to your awareness, your beingness, in a way that is remembered or memorable. So therefore, that REM sleep will then come to a conscious state or a dream state that is remembered.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, thank you so much, Grendel. Love you so much.
And many times, it will be something that is on your mind, or something that is relevant to that time in your life.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Joan has a question.
Yeah, John. Hey. Hello? You're muted.
Joan, yeah.
Hi, Grendel.
There she is.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it the dream state? Is there any particular time that we can remember our dream? Because usually I remember my dream in the morning.
Yes.
Like.
Okay. Usually, REM sleep happens usually in the morning before you wake up, or as you are going to sleep. That's where REM sleep is more active or more normal. And REM sleep is right there between awaking and sleeping many of the times. And actually, if you want to be honest and know the truth, that that area when you're waking up just before you're awake is the most psychic period of your life in your daylight or life, is when you're waking up between sleep and awake time, or just before you go to sleep between sleeping and wake time, is when you're most psychic and when your dreams are most vivid.
Oh. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, you will find that dream state is usually at right as you go to sleep or right before you wake up. That is when you have the greatest memory of your sleep.
Thank you. Okay, Suzanne has a question.
Yes. Yeah.
Hi, Grendel.
Greetings.
It's always lovely to hear you and your
Oh,
voice.
thank you. I have such a lovely voice.
I guess I would like to talk a little bit about the events from this week that happened in America and rippled across the world.
Yes, I know which ones you're speaking of.
One of them I perceive as being quite good because there were people in a state that were, there was a lot of voter suppression going on, and the people rose up to not allow that to happen. I felt that was a really wonderful thing. But later in the day, I became very frustrated, aware of a lot of emotions that not only myself, but my students experience. And
Well,
go ahead, go for it.
what happened was several different things at once. There were those that are there to overthrow an elected person. There were those that were there to experience a change in thought process. There were those there. There were many different thought processes going on during that period of time that did not coincide with one another. There were some people there to do negative things, actually that actually did hurt other people, and were there in a negative way to do negative things. They were there to overthrow governments, if you will, overthrow elections, if you will. But some were there simply just to have their voices heard because they felt that there was some inconsistencies with the way that things were happening. There were some people there that actually believed that there was many wrong things happening in that election. So, but they weren't there to overthrow the government. They were just there to voice their disagreement with how things were done. All right. But there were some there that actually believed many lies that were told. And there were many lies told. And they believed that something that was sort of not there because someone told them to believe it. So I'm not sure which thing you're talking about.
I guess I wonder, if what we see in the outside world is a reflection of us and what we go through. I guess I was kind of trying to deal with my feelings of frustration from the event at the Capitol. Why it
What was your belief that what happened there?
My belief is that there was someone in charge who is not willing to let go of power, just like the rest of the world. And
Correct.
that person basically instigated something against our government's system of democracy.
That is true. Yes. You can, it is, but you see that person that was in power did not see himself creating, he was just trying to tell everybody, I am in charge. I can't let go of that because of one thing or another, but I'm really not telling everybody to go kill anybody or do anything like that. But because of my rhetoric and refusing to give up the thought process, others are going to get hurt. But I don't really realize that.
Right. I don't think anybody did that went there.
But yes, I think that there were some there to actually hurt people. There were people there to hurt people.
Okay.
They went there to hurt people. They went there to overthrow something. They went there to cause trouble. And those people know who they are. And they are there, but there are not everybody there to do that. Everybody wasn't there to do that. No, that was not the reason why everybody was there. There are some people there just to say, I think that there needs to be some changes in the way things are done. But I don't think everybody that was there to hurt people. I do not believe that. But I do believe there were some people there to do that because you heard their voices. You heard what they said.
What are the repercussions for America and the world regarding this event, do you think?
I believe that there's a lot of healing that needs done, that needs to happen, but I don't think that's going to happen right away. I think there's going to be some more problems before there's a cure or healing happening.
Thank you.
You will see what I mean. There are certain websites that still are pushing violence for the 17th of January, for the 20th of January. There are those that like white supremacy groups and other groups that would like to see some violence and some bloodshed because that's who they are. That's not necessarily who Donald Trump is. And let's call the name out. That's not necessarily who he is. He's not looking for bloodshed. He just wants to have his own way because he is a narcissist. Let's face it.
Right. So he wouldn't even, the people who he sent, who he instigated to go there, he wouldn't even allow in his country club.
No, exactly. So he is, let's say, some people believe that he is telling the truth. Is he telling the truth? Do you feel that he is telling the truth with all 60 lawsuits or whatever it was that were turned down, and that he still says that there is his way? I don't know. I'm an alien from outside of your realm. I look in and I see what I see, and I may be wrong. But what I see is I see someone that can't give up, that won't give up because he can't be wrong.
Right. Right.
But I don't want to talk about politics really, because it's not my place to make a decision about what happened. It's not my place to judge it because I'm not part of your world. Your people are part of your world, and you must deal with it as you deal with it. I see it in my way, and I will give you my opinion, but I am not necessarily right. I am not necessarily the one that you need to call on to give you that judgment. So I should actually stop myself before I do that. But I think that there needs to be some love and understanding given to this situation, but I don't think it's going to happen. Not right away. We'll see what happens. I hope I am wrong. I hope that many good things happen from this thing that happened on the 6th. I hope people reconsider, but I don't see that happening.
Okay, thank you.
I love you people. I want you to have peace, and I want God to control your world. But right now there's a lot of many different problems here. And there are many different opinions about what happened. I don't think Donald Trump really thought that there would be violence. I don't think that was what he wanted. I don't think so. But I think it happened because of his rhetoric. But I don't think he really wanted that.
Thank you. I guess I just, as you said, I hope America can process their emotions. And
Yes, I don't really think Donald Trump wanted violence. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But there were people there that did. I hope that that doesn't continue.
Right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm sorry that we got political there.
We can move away from it.
What?
We can move away from it with the next question, maybe.
Good, very good. Hopefully we can. But I think it needed discussed a little bit because I really don't think Donald wanted violence. He may have caused it in some way, but I don't think that's what he was thinking.
Maybe the problem was he didn't think. He just had his goal, and he was willing to let unfold what it may.
Yes.
The people that went in that caused the violence, they knew what they were doing. They planned it.
Yes. I think that's mostly true. There are some people there, like I said, that did not want violence.
Of course. There's a great video. You should look at the news talking about where the guys say to the patriots, for those of you that don't like confrontation, stay back. And then there was others that went in and they knew why they were going and where they were going and why they were doing it. And that's just the reality. And it's a scary reality to be confronted, especially for Trump supporters who really are supporting him because they just agree with his policies that got caught up in all of this. But and it's a horrible thing to think maybe that you're associated now with this that's gone so terribly wrong. But we have to be able to see everything.
All right. Well, let's move on.
Yes. Okay. All right. Aglaya has a question.
Aglaya, greetings.
Greetings to you. Thank you so much for being here. And it's always a joy to see you.
Thank you so much. I am so very sorry that we got into a political discussion. I am really sorry about that. All right.
There's nothing to be sorry about. When God wants something said, it will be said.
Yes. All right.
So what I would like is.
All right. I hope that is. I pray God that you do not, that you forgive me for that. That was not the right thing.
What I wanted to ask is, if I may, do you have a specific message for 2021? What to look forward to on a positive, empowering?
Yes, I want to say something positive about 2021, and that there are going to be many, many, many differences here, but we can come together as a people, as I think that first contact will be reinforced with 2021. And let me tell you why. I think that many people are going to realize that there are beings out here in 2021 because scientists are more convinced of it than ever before. Now, I don't think that that's going to be one of their main concerns this year, but I do think this. I think that a lot of people will see more information about aliens this year. I think that more people will see more aliens rise up this year in a way. I think that will happen.
Are they in the human?
At least I hope so. What?
Are they in the human?
They are human-born aliens, and I hope that many of them will rise up in a very friendly and beautiful way this year. I believe that there will be more information given about aliens this year that will be very positive.
And do we see the healing beds coming through this year?
I hope so. They're already here.
Mm-hmm.
The healing beds or the healing, what are they
Holograms?
called? Capsules, the healing rooms. I don't know what you want to call them. Yes, they're beds, they're rooms, they're capsules, they're stations. They're already on the earth. They're not in this dimension. They're in a different dimensional scope.
I see.
Some of them are in third dimension, but they're very hush hush.
Mm-hmm.
They're already here.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll be used more often in better ways.
Right.
This year, and they will get more attention. They're in Sedona, they're in Arkansas, they're in other parts of the world. You know of these places, right?
Yeah, some of them I do. Right.
I know of at least 2 of them in the United States, in Arkansas and in Sedona.
In Arizona, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And they're in other countries as well. They're in near the border of Turkey somewhere.
Mhm.
They're near and in Europe. There's one in Europe somewhere. There's one in the Orient for sure. There's one in Australia. These healing areas that are set up by aliens actually and run by humans. They're set up by aliens, but they're run by humans. I hope that they will get more attention and that they're not debunked, that as they have been in the past. Many people have said they don't believe in them, they're not there, they're not real. I've been to them and they don't do anything. These are lies. That they don't do anything. They are real. And I hope more people, and I think as we're talking about positive things for 2021, I hope this is a big one.
Right. Do we see further lockdowns within the world, or will they be lifted?
They will be lifted, but not until the end of the year.
Oh dear.
The thing is, too many people doubt the vaccine. They say it's been rushed, it's been this, it's been that. The thing is, this is a modern time. These vaccines are, especially the Moderna vaccine, I know that it has some things in it that people do not agree with. Some DNA things that they don't like.
Yep.
Fetus or something in
mRNA.
them. They do NRA, yes, it works. It will work for this, for vaccinating people. It does not have the robots in it or the nanobots or any of that in it. But look how slow it's being turned out. This is because the cabal knows that it works and they don't want it to work. And so they want to spread doubt about it. They want to spread all these negative things about it. And it's having a very, very slow rollout. And it's only being rolled out to certain people. And so they're trying to really stop it from coming into any kind of efficiency because they want more people to die, basically. And they're trying to cause the mutations to happen faster so that the virus is not going to be effective. They're trying their best to make this much worse than it should be. All right?
Right. I understand.
So you may hear a zillion things from human beings. It's it's tainted, it's too new, it's not going to work, it's too, all
Just
these
human
things.
opinions, basically.
They're very much trying to stop it from being effective.
I hear you.
It is effective, the Moderna especially. And you may have heard that. You may have heard that the Moderna is the best of the ones that have been made. And it is true that it is the best, at least so far that they can actually tell by the tests that they've run and done. You're right, the rollout is fast. It is amazingly fast. But this is a day and age where you can do these things faster. So that is one thing. So I'm praying that by the end of the year they'll have it under control.
On a personal question, would you be able to scan my lungs? Because I woke up this morning and I felt some kind of a frequency within that has me concerned.
I will scan them after we leave here, but I do not, I can tell it's right just by looking at you, you don't have COVID, I don't think.
No,
but I will
wasn't.
scan your lungs.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Yes.
Much blessings to you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let's try to be really positive for these last questions. Is there anybody else that wants to come through, by the way? If there's no more questions, I'll let somebody else.
There's several questions, but if you want to move to someone else, that's also okay. If you want to say goodbye, we do have several questions though.
That's up to the people. Do you want me to stay or do you want me to bring somebody else?
Someone, if they want to message. Why don't we say goodbye to you, Grendel?
Right,
It's wonderful to always talk to you, but we're happy to have someone else come.
Very well. Very, very good.
Is it possible for me to ask a quick question? If that's okay?
Sure. Go ahead.
Well, it's about the vaccination and the COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as far as I know, and from what I've been seeing, the COVID is man-made. And you're saying that the vaccination, in fact, is safe and works.
Yes.
So
the one that I would, the Pfizer is touchy. The Pfizer vaccination has to be stored at a very, very cold temperature and can be tainted very easily. So, and it is not as highly effective as the Moderna vaccine that I know of from what my people have said. But they don't know humans as well as they know reptilians. But they're saying that as they look at this is what they would do. They would take the Moderna.
Well, the thing is, why go for all of this trouble? I get, if someone wants to depopularize the earth, then I can understand why they make such a virus and they spread it and they lower everyone's vibration and they creating chaos. But then after a while, they come out with a legit vaccination. And I mean, what did they have accomplished with that? Or is it different parts of Illuminati?
Listen, Cher, let me tell you this. Look how fast it's getting into arms. Very slowly. They made this disease so that it would kill as many as possible. The disease was made by man, all right? And so was the disease. But the cabal did not make the cure. They made the disease. Now they're trying to stop it from getting into arms. They don't want it to go very fast. They want it to slow down so more people die and they can make more mutations so that it can kill people faster. They don't want this vaccine. It's going very, very slowly into the arms of the humans. They're trying to stop it as much as they can.
So you're saying there are different factions that both of them are very powerful, and one of them pushed the virus and another one pushed the vaccination, and both of them are so powerful that the vaccination actually came through, because according to what you're saying, there's no way that the Kabbalah would allow
science. Yes, science is moving forward very quickly, and your people are evolving very quickly. Yes, that science is moving forward very quickly. So that's why you have the vaccine. But look how quickly it's, how much they're pushing it down, and it's really not getting into the arms of the people. It's not getting, in the United States, they have distributed 21 million or 22 million doses, but only 6 million are in the arms of the people. And they guaranteed 20 million doses to the people by the end of December.
I see. Okay, well, thank you. I understand there are more questions. I don't want to take any more time. Thank you for
There's
your...
more questions than answers. Yes, you're right. And but yes, what to believe? It is difficult, Sheer. I understand that. What do you believe in this day and age when there's so many lies and so much misinformation? Yes, that's true. I get that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
I'm
thank you.
going to leave now.
Okay, there are more questions for you, Grendel. I don't mean to pull you back, but there are more questions.
For me particularly?
Yes, for you particularly.
All right, I'll stay then.
Okay, Sean had a question. Go ahead, Sean.
All right, Sean.
Hey, thank you for answering my question.
You're welcome.
So I'm not 100% because I didn't go get tested for COVID, but I'm pretty sure I got it last week, and I noticed it was affecting my nervous system. Does it affect the nervous system? Like a lot of things that govern the nervous system. Yeah.
The problem with COVID is this: it affects the younger people differently than it affects the older people. You don't have to get really sick with COVID if you're younger. In fact, some people say, "Oh, if you're younger, you have it doesn't even affect you that much." And that's true. Some people are not affected by it very much. Older people have a greater chance of getting it and having more problems with it than the younger people do, because of just the way that the virus is. Now, it can affect the nervous system. Yes, it can affect the heart, the lungs. It's a blood disease. It's not a lung disease. It's a blood disease, so it can affect the nervous system. So yes, it can affect people differently. So that is something you have to look out for, this disease.
Is there, because I noticed my smell faded. When you get over it, does it come back fully? Or is it
Usually it does. There are some people, mostly older people, will have, could have, I should say, longer lasting or permanent disabilities, or permanent lung problems, or permanent heart problems, or permanent problems from it. Yes, it's a very strange kind of a disease. So you have to be careful with it, because it is a disease that can affect you ongoing, but doesn't necessarily have to be ongoing.
Yeah. And then can you get it again?
That is a question I do not know the answer to.
And then if you do get it, does it mutate or does it
in your system? No, not usually. I don't know of any situation where it has mutated, but that is another question that is still up in the air.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I had.
Very
Much
well.
love.
Very well. Thank you.
Okay, great. There's one.
I don't know all the answers about COVID, but I know a few.
Good. Thank you so much. There is a last question from Joan. If she had one more question for you, if you can.
Yeah.
Hi, Grendel. I have this wand. Is it possible that you can cleanse it for me, or is there any other way that I can cleanse it? Or
what did you have?
I have the smart wand right here. I can show it to you.
A wand?
He won't be able to see.
Yeah.
A wand.
Wound.
Yes.
Oh,
Wand.
a wound.
No, a wand.
A wand.
Yes.
What about it that you want me to do?
Is it possible that can you cleanse it, or is there other?
Yeah, I can cleanse the wand. Yeah, I can just send that energy to you. That's fine. I can do that. It's easy to do that. That's not hard. So yes, I will do that.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, there's a question from J-Lo. J-Lo, do you want to ask your question?
Greetings. Yeah.
Hi, Grendel.
Greetings.
Happy 2021.
Greetings.
Grendel, it's funny to me. I was it's synchronous just because of Sheer. He mentioned a group of beings, and you said that they reside in a higher realm, if you will.
Yes.
And I was in and out. I was actually dreaming. So I thought that was interesting because of the name they gave themselves, if I remember correctly. And I was in and out listening to what you were saying and processing, well, dreaming at the same time. And for some reason, I pictured an area I walk by every now and then, and in my neighborhood, and I saw the colors that this being was emitting. Well, they were very interesting, very luminescent, very like fiery in a way, but it was the quality, it was the energy itself, and just how it didn't have a distinct face, but I was wondering if you could tap into what I'm visualizing, and if you have any information on who I saw, just because the experience itself was very unique. Thank you, and it felt interesting.
Did you want me to identify the beings? Is that what you wanted?
Sure, yes, please.
Because you're seeing a rainbow-like being or a rainbow-like energy emitted from these beings?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Yes, I understand what you're saying. There are actually a few different kinds of beings that can emit that kind of energy when they are on the earth or near earth realms, or in the realm of the earth, I should say. And some of them are from underneath the actual planet, and some of them are from above the planet. So it is possible that you are seeing a being that is actually from within the earth and has been inside the earth and a long time. The Agarthans can actually emit that kind of a rainbow-like sensation to some people. And also, well, they also are called Telosians. So Agarthan Telosian kind of beings can emit that kind of rainbow kind of look. So I'm thinking that that's who that is.
Oh, thank you so much. That gives me something to think about, but that's very interesting. Take care, Grendel.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, well, We have two questions from Dawn for Dawn from the chat. I think if we can do those quickly, and then I think that's it, because
Very
we're up
well.
at the top of the
Very
hour.
well. I'm sorry
So
that
Grendel, you stayed much longer than we.
I
You know
stayed
what? I'm
longer
sorry.
than I
I'm gonna
thought,
I'm gonna
yeah.
interrupt. Sorry. Two more. Rainan has a question. She hasn't asked one yet, so we'll let her ask, and then we'll go. And please, for future reference, put your question in the main chat and not in my private, or I won't see it. Thank you. Rainan, answer your question. You got to unmute, hun.
Unmuted. Okay. I don't know if you can see like what races are there in my DNA.
I can't hear you. You're moving something around that's making a scratching noise.
Yeah. Is this better?
Yes, there you go.
Don't move though, because it's very noisy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you able to tell what DNA is in me? And were you able to tell if I've been to the colonies?
Oh,
And
yeah,
if
you've
I
been to
have-
the colonies for sure. I knew that already. You've been to the 3 or at least 3 of the colonies. The telepathic one, that would be colony 1, and the light language, which is 1, and the channeling one, which is 4, and the healing one, which is 6.
Oh, okay.
Also, you have Pleiadian DNA, you have Sirian DNA, and you have Orion DNA.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I'm going to take off then.
Okay, thank you very much.
Much love, everyone. Please forgive me for any diatribes that I had today.
Thank you, Grendel.
Hello? Hey?
Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
We have some blessings to do very quickly. We've got Dawn who do a blessing, and I don't know who wants to do one else wants to do one at the end. Also,
There's an
Angie probably needs to do an announcement.
Yes.
Okay, Angie, why don't you, and Temple will do a blessing. So Angie, do your announcement, and then we'll do blessings.
Hi, everyone. The next online class through Hucolo is White Magic Level 1. It is January 30th and 31st from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the cost is $150. Questions or to register for the class can be sent to an email at classes@hucolo.org. Send an email to classes@hucolo.org, and the information will get out to you how to register. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Temple, why don't we start with you, and then we'll go to Dawn.
Guta sada yushk und sika ashk tiat. Dia sutu pujik tiat, dia skusha shias net ik und put atat. Ias kutujikata, dias kuushata, nialo tukujut and uglot obiat. Kuyashk tia ochk und and is kiskushk. Kala atias kula anatuk ulu unuchki atsk obatiat. Kiatitiask unchkatiata tiatolo oto. Kutiask niatala diask ushkatiata. Namaste.
There is a light that dwells within each of you. Feed that light, nourish it, and let it be a great part of you. And let it be something you are immersed within. For it is the light of God that is within you that is who you really are. So let him be part of who you are every day. Let him shine out from you and be a light in the world to make a difference in your particular realm. We bid you a great life in God.
Thank you. Okay, Dawn, this is the last one before we go.
Thank you, Karen.
Kikata rapati tana hasek atosi katayaka shotoshi paporianta hikaha hikotu hatitiska isa titoshi mi hati hiakatutua se ana ya urikatiala nia hasaka ato she antiske eto musohanda iakatani hosomole raishestika ufa takataisha tatani.
We know your people and how you are connected to God. We know that connection should be stronger with some of you, but we know that you are trying, and we are very happy that the light is getting stronger and the ascension process is getting greater. We feel that this is a good thing. Be awakened in this time and be cautious, because there is great danger in this realm and great darkness, but also great light. And we hope that you will connect yourself and rise into that great light. We love you, and we hope to be with you sometime soon. Much love.
Thank you. Who was that?
Who was that? I don't know.
All right. Well,
But they were very good. I like
yeah,
them.
so we were wondering. All
I
right.
don't always know who says the prayers.
Okay.
They don't identify themselves.
I should have asked before they stopped talking. All right. So thank you, everyone. And we will see you next week. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you next time. Much love
All right,
to you.
very good.
Much love, everybody.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
day.
Much love.
Much
Thank you. Have a
love.
wonderful day.